Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself that my name is Gilang Salam. You can call me Gilang. Okay. Explain about morph. Let me begin with definition first. A morph is a meaningful group of forms which cannot be subdivided into smaller meaningful units. Let us define it as the level on which the sound units or phones recognized as belonging to various families or phonemes are combined into the smallest meaningful units speech because these units have no recognizable shape. We call them morph, a name derived from the Greek word for shape or form. A morph then is a combination or forms that has meaning. Let me conclude the general definition. The morph is the smallest meaning part of language when we break down a word into the smallest meaningful parts. I'll give you the example. The first one is books. Books break down into two small parts. The first is book and the second is es. Each of these parts is morph. And the second is weakness. Weakness break down into three small parts. The first one is weak. The second is ness with double S. And third is ES. Each of them is each of parts is morph. And second is and the next example is holiday. Holiday is break down into two small parts. The first is holiday, the first is holy, and the second is day. Each of these part is morph. Okay. This is the about morph, but definition and example. I think enough from my explanation about morph. I do apologize if I have a mistake. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mugzalwi. I will continue my friend's presentation. A morpheme is the smallest semantic unit in the language, or the minimal distinctive unit of the grammar. Morphemes are the focus of the study in the discipline of morphology in the language. At first, because morphemes are the easier to work with than the ultimately problematic word when comparing languages. Morphemes are the unit a language that carries meaning. It may be compounds of one sound or two sounds or several sounds. The size of the unit is not important. What is the important? The important is that units should have meaning and that we should not be able to break it down into the smallest meaning with the meaning. For example, the word cats is compounds of two units, cat plus s. The first unit refers to the animal. The second unit refers to the number of the animal, more than one. No, cat itself cannot cannot be broken down further and has a meaning, of course, but meaning of the meaning of cat is not made up of see or ke or at. Here is the other example. The word love. This is also compounds of two units. Loved plus love plus D. The first unit refers to the feeling. The second unit refers to the time of pass. But not all of the sounds have the meaning. In the word dinner, we have one unit with the meaning. The meaning of dinner of the meaning of dinner comes from the whole and not from the or inner. Each unit then that carries meaning in the language is a morphemes. There are two morphemes. There are there are two classes of morphemes. The first is free morphemes. Is morphemes which can meaningfully occur alone. For example, book, pencil, elephant, love, give, and so on. Free morphemes is the independent morphemes. Is a morpheme that cannot stand by itself. And the second is bound morphemes. Bound morphemes is the morphemes always occurs with a base and it cannot occur alone. Plural morphemes in books cannot occur alone as escape in the sentence like the as in the book. For example, in the books express plurality. The present tenses morphemes in the work to be works, runs to be runs. Morphemes in the happy to be happiness, sincerity. Bound morpheme is the morpheme that cannot stand by itself. It must be attached to other morphemes. For example, in the word cat, we have one independent of free morpheme. In word cats, we have two morphemes, an independent or free morpheme, cat, and independent or bound morpheme, D. In the word gentleman, we have two independent or free morphemes, gentle and man. There are no words in English that compounds of two or more bound morphemes. Free morphemes have two tests. It has to be connect word. It it cannot contain any other morphemes. The word language is an example of the morphemes. It is defined in the dictionary as having lexical meaning, and it cannot be divided into any other morphemes. And a bound morphemes is defined by three qualities. The first is it is not a connect word. The second is it is always bound to other morpheme, either a free morpheme or something other bound morphemes. The last is the word language is an example of combination free morphemes plus bound morphemes plus sama dengan languages. Language is a free morpheme and S is the bound morphemes. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The last is about allomorphs. Allomorphs are sub-members of the same morpheme. As an example, the third person singular present tense morpheme. include es has three allomorphs, s, z, and is. For example, she sings beautifully. She dances skillfully. Just a phoneme, a contrastive sound unit, has allophones, non-contrastive phones or sounds. So a morpheme or a unit with meaning has allomorph. An allomorph is a phonemically different form of the morpheme with the same meaning. Yeah.